the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the rocket-armed Will Levis. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Voyagers and the Monarchs under the lights on Thursday night.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And here we go from Paris. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. Leading them out, the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft. After a decorated career at UNC, it's Drake May.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They gain 14 on the play, and that gives them the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. This set of downs starts with an option right. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the gun, it's May. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Well, to put this one mildly, partner, it has been a rough season. And since we both know they're not going to make excuses, we'll bring this point up for them. Injuries have not helped their cause.
No, they have not. And of all the struggles and factors that have led to the demise of this season early,
they get to him and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
all right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
4th down, we're going to see an incredible nickname, one of my favorites in the game, the Scottish Hammer, Jamie Gillen on the punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So they come on offense now, readying for their opening drive. And leading them out is their second-year quarterback from Kentucky. He earned several starts as a rookie. It's Will Levis.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focused on rectifying those things here. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Running it with David Montgomery. And this one does not go far. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Levis. Pressure's on him and it gets home. He's dropped. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
So on 4th down, it's going to be Cameron Johnston out to put a charge into this one. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. The Monarchs and Cordero Patterson getting set for their next possession. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. This is Patterson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. The give to Patterson out of the shotgun. And they had that one contained right at the line. Brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it!
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
The Monarchs out for the punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a 2nd time. They'll start this series with an option left. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. Give him 4 yards, but no more. It's going to be 3rd down. A give up the gut to Montgomery. That's the 1st and more inside the 45. And he gets this down to the 38. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they'll stop him after a minimal gain, down to about the 36. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Levis. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he officially gets them into the red zone before going out at the 20. 16 yards on the play. And that'll give them a 1st down. From the red zone now. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, Levis. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Levis throwing again. He's on the move. And they take this in for the score. The Voyagers take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Will Levis with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Center return, Nyheim Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Monarchs and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. To the air on first down, May. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On play action, here's May. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He's on the move. Excellent protection so far. And he gets back to the line, but no more. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. May now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. Throwing now on first down, Levis. Olave with the catch. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. As that play comes to an end, we get a pretty quick stoppage from the officials. Players shaken up. It looks like, yeah, it's David Montgomery who's being helped out and in some pain. Second down now, 7 to go. They'll go from the gun with Sanders. Broke through the tackle. And some great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. That's a pickup of 9. And they're going to have a first down. Levis from the shotgun. Caught by the open man. And he's in. Touchdown. The Voyagers take a 13-0 lead. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Myers gets the point after to go. And the Voyagers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. May looking to throw. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. It's a 2-score game early. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back. Road offense out there and set. Let's get the 2nd quarter started. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 46. Gets this one to Cordero Patterson. 2 yards on the pickup, and it'll give him a 1st down. May now. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well into this 1st half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for him.
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here's May. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family, because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he gets him around 6 there. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Short side option here. He's running left. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Levis out of the pistol. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Here's Levis. Gets this to McConkey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Montgomery now up the middle. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Looking to throw, Levis. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Jason Myers lining up for the field goal try. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they come away with some points on that series.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And this drive will start inside the 25. Here comes their offense out again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Patterson trying this straight ahead. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Once again, Patterson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one, and it'll give them a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
This is Patterson on the give. Pushing for the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 23. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Catch is made in close. And in for the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Prater adds the PAT. And the Monarchs cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Has this at the 6. Returns looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Their offense ready to take the field now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Levis here on 1st down. Got him in, it's Thomas. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And they'll have 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Option play. Here's Montgomery. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. And that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the 1st down, and live to play another day.
And a man is there to knock that away. First time this game they've looked to him. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Levis now off the play fake. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
That's Thomas. He's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. Is in. Touchdown! The Voyagers making a 16-point ball game. David Montgomery with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Voyagers take a 3-possession lead. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Monarchs back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
It's the 2-minute warning now from France. The Monarchs with some work to do, trailing in this game. 1st down throw for May. Getting out to his left. He's running with it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Working quickly here. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's May to the air. That's complete to Pittman. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Braylon Trice there to meet him. All right, here we go. 2nd down. To throw, here's May. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. So before 3rd down whistles, and yep, the timeout comes in. To the air yet again, May. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a 1st. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives them the 1st. From the gun, it's May. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings up second down. Back to the air, it's May. Able to hit Patterson, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Offense up to the line fast. First down from the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Monarchs narrow the lead entering halftime. Drake made the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We got a solid first half out of the man from Kentucky, Will Levis. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Now Prater on to send it away. He fields it from the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
From the gun, Levis. Finds a seam down the middle. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Voyagers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Chris Olave with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out runs their offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Escapes the sack. Ooh, can't avoid that one, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league. I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He'll run for the first time here with Antonio Gibson. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. And like his dad before him, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. on the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
May now on 3rd down. He's on the move. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
On the handoff, Patterson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. May now from the gun. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Now here he goes. And he gets this forward to the 19. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Escapes out to the left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet, but there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. That finds Ayuk complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's May. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He has the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Prater on for the PAT. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Monarchs cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Deontay Hardy to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Voyagers and Will Levis set to take over again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. As that play comes to an end, we get a pretty quick stoppage from the officials. Players shaken up. It looks like, yeah, it's David Montgomery who's being helped out and in some pain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Sanders on the shotgun handoff. He's foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Levis from the shotgun. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll be touched down after a big play.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Motioning one of the tight ends. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun now for Levis. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing his Levis on 3rd down. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Voyagers getting ready to punt this skyward. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. The visitors send quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on offense. And the start to his NFL career has been everything that they could have hoped for. He's really adjusted to the league quickly, and as a result, one of the contenders to be named Offensive Rookie of the Year. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Here's May. Hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. The give to Patterson out of the shotgun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 29. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
To the air on 1st down, May. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Pittman's got it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Up the middle, here goes Patterson. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Going play action, May. That's to his running back, Antonio Gibson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! The Monarchs make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Voyagers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Defense showing blitz. Levis gets this to Montgomery.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Their punter making his way out now. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. And he drives this into the pouring rain. Looking to return from the 29. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. First down throw for May. He's got Pierce. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Right back to Patterson now. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Back now, pressure on its way. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll give them a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Handoff headed right to Patterson. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. May now. Pass taken in by Fryermuth. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Patterson trying this straight ahead. Runs it in for the touchdown. The Monarchs take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Monarchs take a 4-point lead. Now Prater on to send it away. Hardy on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery to start the drive. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Now Levis. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
A give up the gut to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. As that play comes to an end, we get a pretty quick stoppage from the officials. Players shaken up. It looks like, yeah, it's David Montgomery who's being helped out and in some pain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 48. That's to his running back, Miles Sanders. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Levis. He throws a bullet down the right side. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! Give him 32 on that play. And they're going to have a first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Sanders. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now from the gun. The throw is caught. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
Rolling left, buying some time. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. A tight end in motion now. Once again, Patterson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. 3rd and 4 coming up now. On the handoff, Patterson. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's a gain of only 1. Still 3 yards to go here on 4th down. They're out now, ready to punt it. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they're going to take over possession. Back to throw. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. And they send a man in motion. To throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Monarchs as we say au revoir from Paris.